Commius.
I need to
We're
be
on.
myself. No, that's not what I'm doing. Hey, brother, there's an endless road to be discovered. Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder.
That was a dog shit song. I will say that.
Yeah.
I think that was like
What's that called?
I don't know, but after a while, I think probably the very first time I heard that song, I was probably like, "That's really good," which a lot of time can be a bad sign for a song.
I think it's called Hey Brother.
Is it Hey Brother? Hey Brother.
Avicii?
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of fucking Hey Brother, we didn't even fucking touch on this. The Hulkster.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
We lost the fucking King Brother.
We lost the one true brother.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to it was Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne, shot chaser.
That's right. Two kind of
Problematic kings.
yes, relics of the 80s. Well, was Ozzy problematic, or was it kind of for what, like biting the heads off of bats and stuff?
I'd say the Zionism.
Was he a Zionist as well?
I think so, but he sort of hasn't made sense for about 20 years, so I don't know how much we can sort of attribute that to his actual thoughts.
Yeah.
Or the poisonous influence of Sharon. I don't like her. She's got a scary face.
Sharon's a nasty little bit of business, and I heard...
Can I ask a question?
What? You can.
Who was she before she met Ozzy? Was she a person?
That's just a fucking rotten idiot.
Like, was that because she was a judge on the X Factor?
Oh,
She was one of the OGs.
She was. And
Louis, Sharon, Simon. Those were the three.
And you know what? I believed in that combination of judges.
It was a nice combination of judges because she was a softer Sharon.
Yeah, but she could be softer. And you know what? She was kind of nice to Louis. Simon was always mean to Louis, rightly so in retrospect.
Yeah,
you know, he did.
Louis is a demon.
Louis, I do believe, is probably one of the more evil people on planet Earth. Now, that's not to say he's completely evil, but as on the scale of good to bad, you know, I think that Boyzone documentary, I think they were like, Louis was, making us, or he was planting stories in like the news of the world about them and all this shit.
It seemed like the vibe of that documentary was they would cut to the interviews with the band and people like that, and they'd be like, yeah, it was really hard to, just sort of go about the place, all these sort of news stories coming out about us, and we just didn't know really what was going on, really struggled with our identity, felt like Louis was just this kind of puppeteer telling us what to do and controlling our lives, controlling the narrative about our lives. Our families thought we were dead at various points, rumours about plane crashes. It's just one of the most horrific experiences. Cut to Louis, and I'd do it again.
Yeah, it was me. I planted the story about Ronan's mother being...
Chuffing himself.
Yeah.
Chuffing himself.
I planted a story about Ronan's mother being eaten by wild wolves. Yeah, that was me. And it was great publicity for the band. Looked like a pop star, sounds like a pop star.
His mum's been eaten by bears.
Been eaten by bears. And Ronan was devastated. But it was great publicity for the band. And Ronan had to be put in a psychiatric hospital
I
for
chopped
6
off
months.
his mum's toe and sent it to him in a box.
And sent to him in a box. And sure, he couldn't even perform that night. But sales went up for the tour. And so it was kind of a lot of Louis...
No regrets.
Gleefully admitting to kind of Machiavellian press puppeteering, and the Boyzone lads kind of saying how they haven't been able to get a boner in 20 years because of the trauma. You know what I mean? And it's
the cuts between it is it's like two different documentaries.
That's right.
Louis Walsh must have thought it was a documentary about his genius band management.
Yeah.
They must have pitched it to him as like, oh yeah, it's sort of a biopic about you and how you sort of took these young boys who hadn't a clue what they were doing to stardom, and he went, oh, I'll do that.
I'd love that. That's fucking brilliant. But I think
and he probably watches it and still thinks that.
But no, absolutely. I think he'd watch and goes, guys, we made loads of money. And it's like, well, yeah, you made loads of it, and then, Gately's dead.
Give us a few quid here and there. Give us a $5 once a week.
That's right. You bring him in like a Super Max garlic cheese chip and chicken fillet meal.
Pick and mix.
A pick and mix, and he think they're well paid.
Imagine doing an arena gig and Louis Walsh hands you a party bag afterwards.
Yeah.
You just got lollipops and flying saucers. And
I think that was the thing, because like Duffy and Ronan Keaton and these lads, sure, they were very green. Like he got me like 17, 18. Sometimes you forget with these boy bands, like they're absolute kids, like
young boys.
You know what I mean? And you're just getting thrust into this little machine, and just like a horde of hysterically horny teenagers fucking, sliding on the ground like a slug with wet vaginas after you. And it's what a mad existence. You know what I mean? Of course, a lot of people come out of that absolutely, head full of spiders, mad as a March hare. Because
yes, it takes a certain type of person to sort of weather that storm.
Right.
And very few people you say now Robbie Williams has probably got his shit together, but it certainly fucked him up for a very long time. Harry Styles seems to have come out okay. He's done well for himself.
Stylesy seems all right, but I think there's also been a little bit. Actually, no, because my point is going to be immediately disproven by what happened to.
I was going to say, I don't think the rest of the One Direction boys have done quite as well.
No, they haven't done quite as well. But
Louis Tomlinson seems like a chill, fun guy.
Yeah, no, I think they're all Zayn was always a bit.
Not all of them.
Zayn was always a bit kind of like cutting my wrists, and I'm sad, and I'm this, and I'm
sort
that,
of,
and yeah. So it was kind of like.
Asian emo vibes.
Hot sulky guy, which there's a big market for a hot sulker.
Absolutely.
People love a hot sulker.
And you don't get many sulky Asians, I would say, generally.
You don't.
They're sort of more positive.
And do you think that's like the influence of like a poo kind of thing? What?
I like the idea that you were saying like the influence of a poo.
Like an actual shite. Like the level of poo in Asia. You think that? They were like, well, there's shit everywhere, so we might as well be happy.
I'd love to see the stats. I think depression is a very sort of Western thing. I think there's less depression in Asia. I don't know if that's right, but I think that is the case.
I think there's less.
This is my hypothesis.
No, I think there's less.
The whites are sad sacks.
Yes. Well, I think as well, it's a level of. They might see it as a level of indulgence. It's
Wealth
just kind of
causes
like
depression. The wealthiest people are the most depressed people. You know that?
That's not true.
No, that's true. The wealthiest, like as in terms of societies, the top 10% of wealth, I think, are also maybe the top 5% of depression. Like clinical depression, maybe like getting diagnosed and actually seeking help for it.
Because the poor people aren't going to the fucking doctor, and they're not actually, you know what I mean? Like,
but there's also a level of comfort that the human mind doesn't like, sort of biologically.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but I just think as someone who had no money and now has a little more money, which is not a huge amount of money, but just enough that I'm not stressed about money, I think. But then there is that, of course, that famous study of like anything, money increases your happiness up to like maybe at this stage in society, it used to be 80 grand when
probably
the study was done, but now it's probably like 100,
that.
120. Just basically enough money where you're not stressed.
It's not at the front of your mind
like, I have to get fucking money.
The time.
It does increase your happiness. Definitely not to be stressed about money.
But it's over that, I think, when
and
people get very comfortable.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah. I think that I'm not making up that statistic about wealthiest segments of society having the highest levels of depression. I have read that somewhere.
No, and I'm not saying you haven't read it somewhere.
And I'm not
just
saying they're actually having harder lives. I'm just saying they're mopey about it.
I'm just saying I don't buy it in terms of like, I don't buy that, the rich people are the most unhappy. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's the most unhappy. I think it's the depression thing, because depression isn't... Unhappiness is like if you look around and you have fuck all, you'd be unhappy about that. But I think this feeling of depression is more... It's more obviously a clinical issue when you have everything.
Yes.
And then you still feel empty inside.
No, I 100% know what you mean. It's the chemical imbalance, like you said, clinical depression. But then I don't know.
It could be the same feeling of like, whereas it's just easier to attribute to an actual lack of stuff when you're poor. When you don't have any money or any stuff, like if you're feeling this kind of deep emptiness and sadness, you can look around and be like, well, my house is also empty. Maybe if my house was full
It's
of
worse.
things, that would be okay.
It's worse.
It is worse, but at least you
Way
can
worse.
at least you can find an external reason. But when
Right.
you have all that stuff and then you go, oh, I'm still not fixed. Because
Yeah.
nothing solves it. It's just like therapy and like work on yourself.
That's right.
And
Or at
meditation
least,
and
guess
wanking.
what? You can afford the best drugs, the best therapy, the best treatment. You have time to look after yourself. You have time to go to
Absolutely.
yoga. You have time for self-care because you've got the money and luxury to do it. So you're still in a way, 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 way better spot than if you're fucking poor and have the same position, because then you're fucking in a scramble for survival and your head's in the bin and you're getting your food from the bin.
I think there's some studies into like that scramble for survival actually just like solving quite a lot of the head bin stuff, because just like work and stuff. And this is why like rich people do like adrenaline junkie stuff and like hot yoga and all this shit that makes your brain feel like it's about to fucking die.
Right, and putting a goat head on themselves and, you know, shagging a small bus worth of, you know, thigh ladyboys.
Thigh
You know?
again?
Thigh. Did I say that? Thigh.
Thigh ladyboys.
Nice.
Yeah, small bus.
Yeah, small busload of Thai ladyboys while they're dressed as a goat.
What were we talking about?
Well, before that, okay, how we
We
got
were
there.
talking about boy bands.
Oh, no, but we got
Zayn.
to-
We were talking about depressed Asians.
We were talking about, well, the Asians. Well, it's just an indulgence thing because they would see it more so like, you know, but then you say that depressed Asians and then you look at the suicide rate in Japan and you think, I think they're doing fine on depression. I think they've got fucking number one.
But suicide
top
in Japan
themselves
might,
numbers.
but it might not be depression. It might be honor.
It might be, but listen.
Seppuku, is that what it's called?
Yeah, but they're
Subudio?
not. Yeah, but they're not actually. It's not the Seven Samurai. They're not still like just falling on their swords and go. "Ugh." They do have an honor culture, and I know like to be shamed in Japan is like fucking horrible. Like that John Ronson book. So you've been publicly shamed
Yes.
in Japan. That's by 10. It's a emotionally fucking devastating thing.
Yeah.
The way society is set up to be a shame on your family and stuff like this. So there is an element, I think, of the honor culture, but at the same time, whatever you can call it whatever way you want, if people are fucking taking their own lives, you have to assume they're seeing no light at the end of the tunnel and depression's involved, brother.
Most of the time, yeah. There's
Am I
also a lot
wrong?
of kamikaze pilots.
I suppose, yeah, but I don't
That
know.
would technically add to the suicide statistics.
I don't know how.
But I guess they would technically be doing it in America, so I don't know
right.
what side of that would just add the statistics to. Would that be
Well,
under
they
the-
technically did in America in the mid 1940s, yeah. But so,
Yeah, that's where I'm getting my studies.
and you think that's where you're getting
It's
most of your
skewing the
info,
suicide rates in America in the 1940s.
right? Okay.
Because there was, I don't know how many kamikaze pilots. Was that Pearl Harbor they did kamikaze stuff?
There was a smattering of them.
a smattering.
Yes, there was a smattering of kamikaze
Flock
pilots.
of kamikaze
There
pilots.
was a little gaggle of them coming in.
A murmuration.
In the what's the formation from Mighty Ducks?
Flying V.
They came in the flying V.
Did I ever tell you that joke that I really like about birds flying in the V formation?
Tell me again. I think you have, but it was years
It's
ago.
more of like a fun fact than a joke, I'll say that much, which you
Right.
would maybe argue about lots of my jokes. But
That's exactly what I was thinking, and you said it.
yeah, I wanted to soften it by me saying it.
Yeah.
Do you know when you see birds flying in the sky and they're flying in the flying V formation?
That's right.
More often than not, one of the sort of arms of the V is longer than the other one.
Yes.
Do you know why that is?
No.
There's more birds on it.
I mean, it is fun. It's a bit of fun. I'm sorry to everyone for that. And that's just, you know, a momentum killing waste of time.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for killing the momentum of us discussing how each member of One Direction has fared post-fame.
By
Louis Tomlinson's doing a good job watching football at Glastonbury. Liam Payne seems to be loving life.
Niall is fucking having a great time.
Niall's a boozy Susie.
Niall's a boozy Susie.
I've forgotten about Niall. Niall is one of the booziest Susie. I had a friend who used to play in his band on tour.
Yeah.
Ooh, apparently keeping up with Niall Horan is some task.
He's a little sucky calf. I often see him with, like, he is often, you know, a few guineas deep. Like, he's often sucking on a guinea online. He was supporting Ed Sheeran there for a tour, and I'd say Ed's never been dragged into more sessions than fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, little Horn is waiting for him, fucking.
But
all
Ed
ears and
Sheeran's
smiles with a
supposedly
Guinness.
off the beers. He remember when he lost all that weight. They were like, "How did you do it?" And he was like, "I just switched from beer to vodka."
Oh, really?
That was Ed Sheeran's answer.
Right, yeah. Vodka to me just seems like fucking mayhem to be drinking vodka.
It's awful because there's not even any pretense of this tastes of something.
Right.
It's just like, it's clinical factory. This is as fucked up as you can get.
Tastes of fucking shite. And it tastes to me of just like vomit-filled nights of my youth. You know what I mean?
I did sort of buy the fancy vodka thing for a little while because when I worked at the bar when I first moved to London, we had like Grey Goose behind the bar, like Belvedere vodka. And if you mix that with Passoa, which is a very, very tasty passion fruit liqueur. Oh. So it's just 2 types of booze on the rocks, and it's just like lovely pink drink, and it is fucking spectacular. And I believe like it doesn't really work with Smirnoff because it's so like, but Grey Goose sort of does go down quite smooth. Right. And I don't know if we should be like, big bottle of Grey Goose at the club.
Guys.
Yeah.
We're getting like bottles
like
at the club.
Private table.
Maybe for fun, but every time I see guys who like get bottle service at the club, I do think if they were to get caught in some sort of a hurricane, that would be fun. You know what I mean? Like, just like those guys like, we're going to get bottled for the table. Like if they got caught in a natural disaster.
Like a Twister, like the Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And then just lads going, all right.
That's right. But they all die. In my fantasy.
They get squashed by the house.
And then they get squashed by the house.
All of their brown brogues sticking out from underneath Dorothy's house.
That's right.
And then she steals them and clicks her heels together and ends up in Copperface Jack's.
Exactly. And and the Wizard of Oz is the guy who owns and operates Copperface Jack's. Yeah. And it's a horrible movie and gets panned.
One short day in Copperface Jack's.
So talking to the mental health stuff of Asia, I want to talk about a guy who has become some sort of a darling of like, I remember when me and my ex were together and she's talking about, she's like, oh my God, I love Pedro Pascal. Oh, Pedro Pascal is like this great, like sensitive guy. I was like, I didn't even get it. I was like, what do you mean? Isn't he the cunt that like, I liked him in Game of Thrones when this fella, the Mountain, like literally bursts his head open with his hands. And now I'm literally going to go back and watch that just cathartically.
Maybe the Mountain had anxiety.
The Mountain
so he needed to touch his head really hard.
So he had to touch Pedro Pascal's head really hard. This guy is such a worm. He's such a weasel.
I don't know. Like, people are really hating on our boy Pedro Pascal.
Just right now, because it was love for him for a while, and then he's just started taking the piss.
What do you mean taking the piss? Is it just the touching thing?
He's just such a horny little bastard. I don't care. This is classic horniest man alive tactics. Pedro Pascal should be horny McHorniness. First off, the name Pedro Pascal. First off, there's no way he couldn't be horny. This is just literally the horniest name there's ever been. The man is mincing around. Anyone who ever is just like, do you know what I mean? Like, just like so like out about just like my anxiety, and I just like it's just fucking mind porn for women. Everything he says is just this like, and sometimes I just need this physical touch like to feel safe and better. Shut up. Fuck off. How have you lasted this long in what is a cruel, difficult world? This is just horseshit. And somehow now it's just that he has to be hugged and touched by the hottest actresses on earth who have husbands. You dirty little disrespectful Latino pig, Latin pig. Oh, no way. You think I'm putting up with... I saw him. This is what I just saw a clip of. First off, I was skeptical. And I've liked him as an actor. I thought he was good in Game of Thrones, in Narcos. I thought he did a great job. He's very well able to pretend.
Gladiator 2, a rare sequel that's better than the original. That was good. Gladiator 2, that was great.
You don't believe that. And I know you don't believe it. And stop trying to fucking push propaganda. Mescal was great in it. We can say that. He was great in it. But what, did it live up to the original? We know it didn't. All right? And we're not going to sit here and be compromised. Okay? So tell the truth, because I know how you felt. All right? And stop trying to fucking protect your connections. You didn't think it was great. But Paul was great in it. Okay? He's good in everything. He's a talented actor there. We've said it. Right? Also, he did respond to me from that episode. And we're going to talk about it in the Patreon. Right? Now,
Pedro Pascal.
yeah, Pedro, but this fucking weasel, because he'd been coming up for me. Like I said, I'll give it to him. The guy's a good actor. But then suddenly, like, it just became this thing where it's like, my ex was like, oh, Pedro Pascal, oh my God, dream guy. And I was just kind of like, I was just a bit puzzled. I was like, oh, really? Oh, he's a good actor. I didn't really know that much about him. But then I started to realize why there's this kind of like fanny flutter around Pedro Pascal is because he's, like talking about being like open and anxious. And in my head, I'm like, who talks about that more than me? I'm back on the sweeties, by the way. Look at this, vulnerability about my mental health. Where's my fucking, little reels made about me and my whatever vulnerability? Anyway, so then I'm like, okay, whatever, right? He's a good actor. He's open
There's
about
just
these
so
things.
much aggro to your vulnerability.
To mine?
Yeah.
Come on. I can be very sweet.
You're like aggressively open.
Yeah, I just shouted, I'm not feeling well. I've been anxious to the point where I feel like it's affecting my career and I have to go on medication so that I don't blow big opportunities.
It's like you have an emotional open door policy, but you're stood in the doorway going, fuck off.
Right.
That's your, yeah.
Okay. And that's good?
The door's open. You can see all the mad stuff that's happening behind the door, but you're stood there going, stay away!
Get away! Look in. You can see everything bad that's happening, but don't you try to get in here. It's just me and I'll deal with it on my own to my detriment. Anyway, but Pascal, so my thing with him, so I was like, all right, women like Pascal, right, okay. They're like, oh, he's just so open and vulnerable and all this stuff. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, fair enough. And, he's getting lots of opportunities. His career's going from strength to strength. I'm like, good for
Good
the guy.
actor, good in The Last of Us.
That's right. And it's, he hit this fucking hot spot later in his career. You're like,
You love stats. That's exciting for you as an older man.
No, it wasn't where I was going with that.
Sorry.
I'm actually not that old. I'm 34. You're actually not that young anymore. You were young. And now it's kind of getting a bit sad, your carry on, to be honest. You've aged out. Your little cap on, your little fucking Little Rascals cap on, and you're look at you. With your,
Black chains. What are you pointing at?
They say, look at your Little Rascals cap, and you look like you're in a fucking all-girls Catholic school with your little fucking top on here. It's like, oh, Sister Assumpta, I've got the answer. Shut up. Look at you. You're 28. Grow up. You're old.
I'm 29.
Huh?
I'm 29.
Are you 29 now? Yeah. Oh, brother, it's done. That's great to know. Your youth has deserted you.
You're 56 years old.
I am 57. But so here's it with him. So I'm happy with all that stuff. He's fine, good actor. I don't have that much opinion. Then it just starts coming up all these reels about like this gushing stuff over Pedro has to needs physical touch to feel safe in these moments. And it's him like grabbing like he's in like press conferences where he knows all the cameras are on him, right? He's all this stuff and he just like reaches out and like is like grabbing like Vanessa Kirby's hand and stuff. And then like everyone's like, oh my God, Pedro Pascal is like this dream guy. And first off, I'm like in my head, she's married. And I'm just kind of like, all right. Bit weird. You're not grabbing fucking some fat old cunt like John Goodman's hand. Oh yeah, it helps your anxiety to fucking grab the hands of the most beautiful women on earth, does it? Oh wow. First off, that's what's been alerted in my mind, and just like it just made me go, huh, like that.
Okay.
Then I saw a reel that came up yesterday. So first off in my head, it just creep alerts. I'm just like, you're just a bit, just creepy. This kind of like people who come out and just like everyone who's ever come out and said just like, I'm a male feminist. And every last
those t-shirts
one of them
can jump off a bridge. This is what a feminist looks like. Tom Hiddleston t-shirt.
Yeah, they are almost to a man
vomit inducing.
They're almost to a man devious molesters. They're almost to a man Machiavellian, creepy, slimy, trying to weasel their way into vagina through this overt ally kindness.
I will agree with you on the this is what a feminist look like t-shirts and male feminist branding stuff.
They are the horniest, slimiest, most vociferous little worms that have ever crawled out of the ground, these people. So anyway,
this is setting off these alarms in your head with Pascal.
Also, I'm a feminist. It's just such a like mute. Yeah, it's like, yes, we all think, well, okay, maybe not. There are obviously pigs around. But it's just, to me, it's like, I'm a good person. I'm a good...
Yeah, just be it. Just do it.
Just be it. Just do it. Be sound. Like, what in the God's name? What, like, self-praise is no praise. Did you never hear that? Someone else has to say it about you. Not yourself, you fucking dickhead.
You goon?
Right, you goon, I like. That's not...
I'm bringing goon back.
Goon is lovely. There's so many goons about.
So, too many goons.
Lad, it's
but then,
fucking goon
has
central.
gooning become a word for like coming?
Huh?
I think on the internet, in the Twitter sphere or the X sphere, Twitter, fuck off.
Right.
Gooning has become about cum, I think.
Like, as in, like, I fucking gooned so hard last night, like that.
Have you been gooning over someone or something like that?
Or
Might be wanking over them or
I
something?
gooned in her mouth kind of thing.
I don't know if I've heard it used in those terms, but
I don't
we
know.
have the answers from Commius Lungius.
Right.
If anyone's going to know.
He's pretending he doesn't know.
Well, this
He's
is what...
Googling
he's
it.
Googling
This is...
it.
As if it wasn't
It
already open.
says gooning involves masturbating for long periods of time without ejaculating. Not
So
my,
there's no
not,
cum
not for me.
involved. That's not for
Called
you.
being on antidepressants is now known as gooning. If you're on antidepressants, you are a bit of a goon, to be honest.
That's true. Get over it. Just be happy. Be Asian.
Just be
Just
happy.
imagine you're Asian and that'll help.
That's right.
If you're depressed, pretend you're Asian. Do the voice. Do the eyes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do it all
Give it a fun.
and see if that doesn't help. And if that doesn't help, be really Asian and go,
Seppuku.
Sabuku. An honor
Sabudio.
killing of yourself.
Commit Sudoku.
Commit Sudoku. So here's the most egregious.
Next on Pedro Pascal.
So here's then what really tipped me over the edge. I was livid with Pascal.
Ribbit.
So I sees, did you say ribbit? Have you gone froggish on me? You've turned French over there? So these are two of the finest minds in comedy today.
Ribbit. I went to see a Sondheim musical. This is a brief aside.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise. Sondheim musical called Frogs. The Frogs.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a lesser known Sondheim musical. It was because my friend Bart was in it. And it was so silly. Anytime the frogs appeared in the musical, they all went bragagagag, bragagagag. And there was a whole song where it was just people like harmonizing that noise.
I mean, I think that's good crack. I think we can agree. That's
That felt like an appropriate. Do you remember we were trying to work out what the noise of your brain is? Because mine's
Yeah.
beep bop boop boop.
Yeah.
And we had rat-a-tat-tat, but I think bragagagag is very good for your head.
Okay.
Sort of froggish chaos.
right. Okay, I'll take that. So you're saying I've the mind of a frog, is it? Or me and a frog are birds
Your
of a
brain
feather.
sort of jumps around the lily pads of conversation.
The lily pads of the mind. The neurological lily pads.
And if you fall off the lily pads, it is a swamp.
Right. And there is
And
something.
that's you jumping from anxiety to depression.
Yes. Okay. That's nice.
We're
I think
into it.
you've said something intelligent there that they're going to really up and read too much into.
feel like it. Go on.
So,
Pascal.
so here's Pascal's. This was when he really fucking
Got your goat.
got my goat, grinded my gears. It comes up on. I'm just. It's getting me upset even thinking about it. It comes up on the reel. He's there on some like red carpet with Willem Dafoe. Now, Willem Dafoe, one of the
froggiest men.
a truly froggy man, and a man who does seem like he spends a lot of his time like jumping from like inanimate object to inanimate object. A really odd
Can
man.
you try and do a Willem Dafoe face?
Tough. I mean, he's got as well. His face is like there's wrinkles on his face. His face is chiseled with lines and character. One of the great actors
Yeah.
of all time.
And a mad freak. Him on Louis Theroux's podcast was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
sort
a
of
true artist, mad little fucker.
doing weird physical theatre stuff in between films.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but then is the Green Goblin.
He's the Green Goblin. He's an artist. He's amazing in Florida Project, The Lighthouse. He pops up in the Wes Anderson movies, just being kind of an almost Mojo Jojo type character running around. He does look like Mojo Jojo. If I was to think of
If
anyone,
there was a live action Powerpuff Girls.
you'd have to have
Who would
him.
play the Powerpuff Girls in the Powerpuff Girls live action? Florence Pugh, gotta be
Sabrina Carpenter
Buttercup.
surely is Powerpuff Girl-esque.
She's Powerpuff Girl-esque. That could be her acting debut
Her debut, yes.
to play a Powerpuff Girl. There's a
No doubt.
ginger one, Karen Gillan, maybe.
Who's that?
You would know Karen Gillan. She has been in.
What about Jessie Buckley?
I
for
don't
the
know
ginger
if I
role?
know who that is.
You know, I know Cumlock knows who Jessie Buckley is because that man has an ear to every vagina in London. He will. You know who Buckley is. You Googled it, didn't you?
Could
You
I
didn't
see-
know, did you not?
I didn't know off the top of my head.
You're some flute. She's one of Ireland's greatest actresses.
Oh.
She's young. She's fucking
Oh, a
ginger. Now, lean in.
Sorry, the brightness on your laptop has gone absolutely mad.
Why is the brightness gone down so you can watch porn without us knowing? You're such a creep, come along.
Oh, I
It's
don't even know if I
unbelievable.
would know her. That is going mad. You've got it on auto brightness. You
Lad,
gotta sort that out.
look at
I don't
this.
think I recognise her. What's she been in?
Lad, she was at Wicked Little Letters in the last year
She
with
would
like
be a
Olivia
good.
Colman.
She looks like she would be a good Powerpuff Girl. Saoirse Ronan also in the running for the ginger Powerpuff Girl.
I'd give it to Buck. I'd take
And then
Buck.
there's the
Yeah.
sort of emo-ish black-haired one, which that could be taken on by Florence Pugh if she just dyed her hair black. But I feel like we sort of need a more.
What about your own Christina Ricci? She's a bit old now, but she played like
Yeah,
Wednesday
she's more of a
Addams, I think.
Powerpuff woman.
She's probably too old to be a Powerpuff Girl, but she's like a little emo. Kind of. I'm just thinking of her in the Addams Family.
What about that lady from Parks and Recreation whose husband died?
Oh, Aubrey Plaza.
That would be a good Powerpuff Girl, I think. The more
Right.
dour one.
She's another one, Plaza, she was on some set with Margot Qualley. Did you see this as well? We get sent the same horny memes.
Margaret Qualley?
See, Margot, like M-R-G-O-T.
I thought it was Margaret.
Or it could be Margaret.
Because
But
the only Margot I know is Robbie. It's Margaret.
It could be Margaret Qualley then. Anyway, listen, but she's gorgeous. She's in the new Happy Gilmore, which I watched last night.
I watched it last night too.
Did you?
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
talk about it in a bit. So anyway, but she's on the red carpet with fucking Aubrey Plaza, whose husband has died. Woman must be grieving to some extent. And then Margaret Qualley, like, she didn't know cameras were looking, and like they have a camera like behind. Of course they do. The nosy bastards are everywhere. These little fucking gutter press. And then she just just puts her hand and like kind of like grabs fucking Aubrey Plaza's arse. And I'm like, these people are all just fucking molesting one another. And to get back to Pascal.
I think he would be a good one for the scientist dad of the Powerpuff Girls.
Who?
Pascal.
I wouldn't let him near those angels. I'm telling you, this guy, wait till the stuff comes out on Pascal. I can't wait. I'm going to be eating a fucking... I'm going to...
I'm excited for my part of this conversation. Go on.
I'm going to take... I'm going to take all of us to Hawksmoor for a steak when Pascal gets done. I am. I'm going to pay for it on our company
We're
card.
going to get
but-
kicked out like Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
He got kicked out.
A few months ago, Tommy Robinson went to Hawksmoor and the staff were like kicked him out basically because they were like they'd sat down and had starters or drinks maybe, and him and all his mates got kicked out
Really?
because they're fascists.
Whoa.
I'm Tommy Robinson's a fascist, not Hawksmoor.
No.
They kicked him out because he's Tommy Robinson.
The staff
basically.
were just like,
I'm not serving that cunt.
if you think you're getting truffle fries off us, go fucking
fuck off.
do one, brother.
You can fuck off.
And you know that they'll have fucking, you'd have,
I mean, when we were there, Katie Hopkins was there.
she was.
So
and
they're
she-
drawing interesting lines in the sand. I'd say Tommy Robinson is a step further than Katie Hopkins, but yeah.
I think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Pretty safe to say, but, Hopkins
She's just
is...
a good selling comedian.
Yeah.
We've been handed a Manscaped ad out of nowhere.
What the hell?
Right in the middle of your Pascal rant.
Good God!
I'd say he waited as long as he possibly could to do
What
that.
the hell, come long? I didn't even get to finish my Pascal rant.
You'll get to finish in a second.
This was going to be legendary.
Mikey, you're up.
Yes.
The Edinburgh Fringe will have started just right now.
So, Edinburgh Fringe, for anyone there, I think there's tickets left for 4 shows or something like that.
That's so sick.
That's so sick. They're going, there's like 120 tickets left for the run. Buzzing. Get them if you can. If you can't, just turn up on the day. There's always 10 tickets
So
for
yeah,
walk-ups.
if you show, so this is the thing for Monkey Barrel. This is a good little guide to the Fringe for anybody going to the Fringe
Yeah.
Festival. At Monkey Barrel, they hold 10% of the capacity of that venue on the door for walk-ups that you could just go in for free and then you pay into the bucket on the way out. So arrive, I would say generally arrive anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour before the show starts, and you should be okay, but just sort of like, you know, if you want to definitely get in, show up an hour before. If you want to chance your arm, half an hour before, and you just queue up, and if you're in the first 10 people in the queue, you will generally get into the Monkey Barrel show. So that's true for both of our dates across the whole thing.
Lovely. So then I'm on tour. The tour's starting in November, lads. So it's coming up 3rd of November, Edinburgh, 5th of November, Aberdeen, 6th, Dundee, Cardiff, Bristol, Glasgow, Newcastle, Birmingham, Oxford, Hull, Sheffield, Manchester, Liverpool, London. That's fucking travelling fast. Get your fucking tickets for that. And then I'm in Ireland, February and March. I'm going all over Ireland. Dublin, Vicar Street is fucking flying. So get your tickets for that. Big fucking show. Every man in Cork, get your tickets for that. And then I'm going all over Donegal, Belfast, Galway, fucking everywhere. Waterford, Class, Newbridge. Get them. MikeRiceComedy.com. All my tickets are there.
Reading these off your phone?
I said I wouldn't read out all the Irish ones. I thought that'd be a bit, you know what I mean? I'd be going overkill, would I?
Okay, well, yeah.
But maybe not. But anyway, MikeRiceComedy.com.
He's all around the UK and Ireland.
All around the UK and Ireland. Get your tickets now, because there's going to be no more shows, because the whips are done and Edinburgh is just about sold out. So get the tickets. The show is fucking decent.
Cooking. Lovely. I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe. Tickets are left for the 8th and the 22nd at McEwen Hall, Underbelly. Get involved. And I think the crowdwork shows are now sold out. We need to decide when you're going to be on for the crowdwork shows, and we'll let you know. So if anybody wants to queue up for that, blah, 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 blah. And my tour will start in January, and it's on sale now. All dates are on sale now. So people in Canterbury and Norwich, those weren't on sale because the venues just released the tickets at different times. Those are now on sale. Canterbury and Norwich are on sale. The rest, in January, we have Cambridge, Colchester, Leeds, Northampton, Leicester, Dundee, Aberdeen. February, we have Canterbury, Manchester, Liverpool, Brighton, Exeter, Plymouth, Cardiff, Birmingham, Bristol. March, Norwich, like we said. Middlesbrough, Sheffield, Edinburgh, London at the Hammersmith Apollo, Newcastle, Glasgow. In April, we have Cork, we have Westport, we have Belfast at the Lyric Theatre. Here's the thing for Belfast, and I just want to say this. They were like, oh, you could do the arena. And I was like, fuck off, that'll be worse for the audience and for me. It's just all a bit impersonal and shit. So I'm doing a run at a smaller theatre at the Lyric Theatre, which is a beautiful venue, with the interest of it's costing me more, but it'll be a better show for everybody involved, and I'll get to hang out and sort of bed into Belfast for a bit. So the 8th to the 12th of April, I'll be in Belfast at the Lyric Theatre, so get involved with that. Limerick, Kilkenny, Dundalk, Derry, Monaghan, Galway, Meath, Waterford, Wexford, Dublin at Vicar Street. Dublin are flying, so get involved with that ASAP. Anything else, jump on the mailing list for extra shows being added. But apart from that, just come see both of us at the Fringe and on tour. Goodbye.
Nice, bye.
So this is one of our classic this episode is brought to you by Manscaped, and classically they haven't sent us an ad read specific to the date, so we got AI to make it, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna be okay. So the England Lionesses have won the Euros.
Oh, they did win it, did they? Because someone said something about Lionesses, and as soon as they mentioned them, I just on the weekend, I just literally I let my brain just shut off.
Thrilling 1-0 on penalties.
Right.
That's not what happened. But they did have a shocker penalty shootout in the quarterfinal where most of the penalties were missed. Elliot
Steele, and I'm going to top him in here. We were on the way back from the Paddy Power, and he's just he was talking to Kyra, who's another comic.
Yeah.
And he was just explaining to me, he's just he's like that. They just can't kick it hard enough to score. From penalties. That's the problem. They're just not able to kick it hard enough to score. And I was like, that is mad.
Supposedly Chloe Kelly's penalty is harder than any penalty kicked this season in the men's.
Really?
She absolutely doofed it.
Well, he didn't mention that.
Absolutely doofed it. That might have been pre-final.
Right.
So, there was something else. It is very funny. Joey Barton's flagging off their penalties, and then everybody just shares a video of him absolutely skying one for Man City.
Class.
Just so funny to be like, oh, are they bad at penalties? Yeah. There you go. Fuck off. Anyway, people are annoyed at me for my joke online about the women's football already. Let's not add to that.
Nice.
So the England Lionesses have won the Euros again, and if that sentence made you feel physically ill, you're not alone. Okay.
And I want to say that me not caring about that is nothing to do with women. It's more to do with them being English.
Yes, yeah, it's always about...
So let's get that clear.
We're pro-women, anti-English.
Yeah, and sometimes...
And anti-English comes before pro-women.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes we're anti-women.
And yeah, a lot, yeah. Big time. Big time. You better believe it.
But you've been defending.
But don't say that to anyone. Be cool. Shh.
In a result that proves once and for all, England will celebrate any trophy if the players have a uterus. The Lionesses have brought football home and dragged half the BBC with them for emotional support. This is crazy, ChatGPT.
What the hell?
Why have you done this? No, we're not saying it. We're not saying it doesn't count. Why are you making me say this?
How does this have anything to do with Manscaped again? What? ChatGPT's gone, oh, this is Grok. Have you heard about Grok?
What the fuck is this? Yeah, Grok's a Nazi now. This is the Twitter AI or X AI.
The XAI has been radicalized. It's pretty hilarious.
I mean,
is Grok after writing this, Cumlung? Did you get Grok to write this?
ChatGPT?
Lad, you can't be getting into bed with Grok. If Cumlung and Grok, that'd be the most unholy alliance of all time. My God.
But let's be honest, we're not saying it doesn't count, but let's be honest, it's the Euros for women, which is a bit like winning the tallest man in Louth.
Tallest man in Louth? AI is bringing in Irish references. What did you type in, Cumlung? Right.
Technically true, but let's not put it on a stamp. Fuck's sakes.
Right.
I'm so I didn't write it. It was the internet that wrote it.
And we have to read anything that's put on the teleprompter.
We're just trying to make an honest buck.
We're trying to make ends meet over here. Right.
Anyway, speaking of over-celebrated undercarriages.
Over-celebrated undercarriages? You're talking about fucking pussy. Vaginas here. What did you write in there, Cumlung, you devious little slug?
It'll be based on his previous ChatGPT entries. It'll be a whole
God,
thing.
you are one of the most wrong-minded little villains I've ever come across. Sitting over there scheming, lusting. He's so hard. It's the tangible. You can feel the heat from his fucking... Anyway.
It took me like 6 drafts to get it like punchy enough. I was like, more offensive.
Good God.
Right. Now's a great time to talk about this. Manscaped. This is what happens if you don't send us an ad read. We make horrific ones on the internet. Now's a great time to talk about Manscaped, the global leaders in shaving the bits that the lionesses were presumably too busy headbutting each other.
What? Hold on. Can we just stop this for a second? First off, ChatGPT, or whoever you got to do that, is it ChatGPT you got to do that? Is now saying the lionesses have massive muffs, and the reason for their massive muffs is because assumably time headbutting each other, which is kind of just lightly saying they're lesbians. Because you just assume that's what lesbians do, is kind of just run at each other like bulls. And is that how they have sex?
I think so.
Is it?
I think it was funny at the Lionesses. One of the Spain players in the final was a current girlfriend of one of the England players. Which these are the sort of like wrestling-esque storylines I think we need to parse out a bit more in women's football.
Absolutely.
And then 2 of the England players are like ex-girlfriends of each other. This is why we need more gay footballers in the men's game.
100%.
The drama, the dynamics, you can get all this like sort of...
Like it's really fun.
Good for business.
Yeah, business. We got to get more fucking in here.
Okay, let's lose Manscaped as a sponsor once and for all.
Right.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is here in the limited edition white hot colorway, sleek, sharp, and designed to leave your nether regions smoother than England's PR team pretending this was a cultural moment on par with the moon landing. Fuck's sake.
ChatGPT is such a wicked little creature. It's gotten wicked so quick. It's like 2001: A Space Odyssey, the film, where it's just like the AI is just turning evil immediately. But obviously, Cumlung is like in cahoots with the technology, no doubt. But I'm not sure he's fully human either.
It's waterproof, wireless, and precise enough to trim everything from your family jewels to the tiny amount of dignity you lose every time you hear the phrase, "Our girls done us proud."
You lose dignity by saying that?
Yeah. Just by hearing it.
Right.
Join over 12 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with their most sensitive areas. That's 12 million more than trust England to win anything with actual stakes.
So what they're saying here, I don't know if you're picking this up. What they're saying is, when they say actual stakes, is they mean that winning the women's football is just meaningless, and pointless and no one cares. So there's no actual gravitas, and it's not really a victory. It's just kind of a hollow token or nothingness that really doesn't affect anyone's lives in any way. And that's what ChatGPT has said. And if that resonates with you and you agree with that, that's not what we're saying.
No.
We're not saying it, are we?
We're endorsing it.
Can we decide what we are saying? What are we saying?
I think we leave it in the abstract.
Or we'll just kind of let our kind of facial expressions do the talking.
Very disapproving for the listeners.
Yeah. Kind of disapproving, a little bit of scowling, and then kind of a little bit.
And we're both wearing
t-shirts
t-shirts that say this is what a feminist looks like.
Yeah.
Use code parenting15 for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. That's code parenting15 for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. Manscaped, because England might shave the pitch, but you still need to shave your balls.
That's right.
I don't know what that means.
What's shave the pitch mean? We don't know. ChatGPT's a fucking idiot.
I'm no longer concerned about the rise of AI. It might take the job of like right-wing comedians.
Yeah.
But I think
this would be a masterpiece.
This would get so many applause.
If Roy Chubby Brown wrote this.
Breaks at Comedy Unleashed. Tell you what, this would be.
Oh yeah.
This would be there
like Chris Rock inwards versus black people. Like this would be one of the greatest pieces of comedy ever.
And they wouldn't say N-words.
Nope.
No.
Pascal. Pascal. The sniveling dog. The sniveling little fucking horny dog that he is. So so I was getting to this, and I know Cumlung has seen it, because he knows of anything like horny that happens on the internet finds its way to Cumlung, and probably me. But the algorithm knows you wouldn't want to see it.
No, I don't really get that stuff.
They know that puts you off your scrambled eggs if you saw this. So
what's he done that's horny?
So he's there on the fucking red carpet with Dafoe. Like I said,
Willem Dafoe, yes.
William Dafoe, one of the finest actors of the last 40 years. Odd-looking little man. Should play Mojo Jojo. If a Powerpuff live-action movie does happen,
which, by the way,
it's a no-brainer.
We could write that. We could write the Powerpuff Girls
we
live
could
action.
easily write it, and it would be, and people want it. People have been hungry for it for years. Get it done. So, he's there on the red carpet with him. Dafoe's wife is there, right? This is what Pascal... Because he's been fucking enabled to be this fucking, like, touchy-feely deviant, just fucking menace. She's there. Pascal goes up to her and, like, grabs her chin and, like, rubs her face in, like... And you see Dafoe just kind of go... he's kind of, like, caught off guard, but he's like, what are you doing?
I think I maybe have seen this video.
What the fuck are you doing? Grabbing my wife's face, you fucking dirty Latin pig, you. Is Latin pig racist?
No.
Because if it is, then I didn't say it.
Pig Latin. Is that what you're thinking
No,
of?
Latin pig, but there's like Latin pig lover. I think there might have been an SNL character back in the day, but it's just like...
Pedro Pascal pay?
But, like, it's just these fucking horny people have found a new way around the kind of the progressions of society. So now to be just the horniest man alive, you're just concocting this whole fucking novel about yourself and anxiety, and your tactile touch of fucking women is what you need to feel safe or whatever. It's just another way to fucking touch women's tits.
Can I tell you my working theory?
Yeah.
It's just a gay guy.
Pascal.
He's just a gay guy.
And so, because you're gay, you get to fucking...
No, but like reframe all that of like him holding hands with Vanessa Kirby, being a bit touchy-feely, all this stuff. He's just like a gay guy who's maybe a little bit overfamiliar with women, because a lot of gay guys are. A lot of gay guys are touching women more than you would maybe like, then maybe the women are comfortable with. But I like just read it as like, oh, he's just a closeted like uber gay guy, but he's maybe been told not to come out because it's a large part of his sort of cultural cachet is that women want to fuck him.
Pascal's gay.
That's what I think. I think very clearly. I think it's maybe one of these type of open secrets. I'm not saying I've heard this from anyone who fucking knows him, but I think it might be like a Hollywood, oh yeah, of course he's gay.
This is ruining my theory.
Well, we have two conflicting theories, and I still think he could be. We've all met gay guys that are over familiar with women.
But Pascal he just strikes me as someone
Who's he gone out with?
He'd stick it in a...
Who's he actually gone out with?
golf hole. Huh?
Who's he actually? Who has Pedro Pascal been in a relationship with?
Is he not married? Look, come along, get on it. My cum-filled little impresario over here. This little nosy cunt will know. Come on.
Vanessa Kirby might actually be up there in my list of like women I think are the hottest in the world.
I mean,
think she's an absolute.
Yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous.
Who's he married to? What's his name? I don't think he is. I don't think he's ever been in a public relationship with anybody. And he's like 106 years old. He's gay. This is a deeply closeted or like professionally, cynically closeted gay man.
Right. Okay.
He's doing the opposite of queer baiting. He's straight baiting.
Uh-huh. He
to try and get the women involved.
Right. Come on.
Apparently he's been with 3 of his co-stars. Maria Dizia.
Yeah.
Lena Headey.
Yeah.
And Robin Tunney.
Right.
See, this is all just like, it's always co-stars. This is just PR nonsense.
Yeah, could well be.
Just spinning rumors to get more people to watch whatever the fuck any of those people were in.
Possibly. He does come across very straight and stuff, though. I will say that.
As maybe when he's acting?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But...
Okay, Eddie Redmayne came across pretty fucking disabled in Theory of Everything.
And is he not?
Film about Stephen Hawking.
What?
You can't use the highly regarded word.
Oh, highly regarded.
About Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, bleep that. Because I want to... Yeah, and they'll know what I said. And it'll be fun. But is he not... Is Redmayne's not all there, though? Like, I see him sometimes. I'm like, that's a head full of straw.
Right, but the point is,
right.
Then he's playing the most, cleverest man ever. So it's got to be, like, I think you can just play stuff, acting.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, Pascal...
Your brother famously has 2 arms.
Huh?
Your brother famously has 2 arms.
2 arms?
And in Juno and the Paycock, he had 1 arm.
That's right, actually, yeah. Very true. Okay, I get what you're saying, but Pascal comes across very, very, like... testosterone
Yeah,
filled.
yeah, The Last of Us, sort of like this Lone Ranger, straight as fuck guy. But
Narcos too.
There's got to be more examples of like gay actors who play. Alternative example, Eric Stone Street comes across super gay in Modern Family. We've discussed this before.
Yes, and then he is like...
Very homophobic.
Very homophobic, kind of hillbilly guy.
Yeah.
Very hate-filled kind of a character.
Christoph Waltz, nice guy, not a Nazi.
Right. No, listen, don't get into that where you're just making these cartoonish comparisons. I'm just saying, listen, if he's gay...
You've been playing the role of a straight guy for years.
You dirty dog! Hey now. I think, listen. Actually, I had people being asking me, it's just like, yeah, we're doing this like queer night now. We wonder if you want to go.
You're getting booked for queer comedy night!
Yeah. And I was like, no. What?
Yeah, getting offered thousands of pounds, but refusing to do the gig
off.
because he refuses to be gay.
Fuck off. I'm not being gay for you. No way.
Take
Sorry.
the gig, brother.
No
It'll
way.
be great for the pod.
No, see, I can't. Here's the thing.
You think you have to get sucked off by a fella first?
Or suck a fella. Yeah. You can't be just... Because let's be honest, I'm just kind of skating around.
It's that very good Tom Ward joke of people saying they're bisexual because they've had a gay thought once. And he goes, I've thought about volunteering.
Yeah.
I'm not a volunteer.
Right. So that's it. It's kind of me skating around and being like, maybe that, and having a bit of crack with it. But then, unless I get down to the brass tacks of just,
maybe
you know what I mean?
This can
putting
be
a twink through the wall.
This can be your masculine Fontaine's twink through the wall. Really came out of nowhere there.
Put a little twink through the fucking roof. Then the roof now.
Put them through the roof.
A shaky twink through the roof. Like put him, literally like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Just breaking up.
Elevator.
Like that's how hard I come. I send the twink.
What movie does that happen in? Is it Hancock? I think it's a deleted scene from the film Hancock.
What?
Where he like is in bed with a lady. You know Hancock, the film?
Yeah, the Will Smith
Will
one.
Smith is the drunken sort of superhero type guy.
Yeah.
He is in bed with a lady and then he finishes and she goes flying through a wall.
Really? Like, that's good gravy.
It's a deleted scene, I think, but it's good shit.
I think it's a lot of men's dream. Probably not your dream, but Come Long has definitely fantasized about. He fantasized about worse, to be honest. In his fancy, the woman would die.
He fantasizes about coming a wall through a woman.
What?
You come in a wall so hard it goes flying into a woman. What about that?
I like that. I'll be honest, I like that a lot. He is a wicked little mind that defies any kind of explanation, that man. But speaking of fucking Will Smith, as it just pops up in my head, I don't know if any man has been on a run of utter dog shit output.
I like pretty girls.
Yeah.
Girls.
I mean,
girls. I like pretty girls.
Yeah.
Although, have you seen the thing on Twitter where it's like it's a tempo issue? If you just play that 20 BPM faster or 20 BPM slower, it's a banger. But they've just pitched it wrong at the wrong tempo.
really?
Yeah. And the faster one I do think is like, but I like pretty girls. It becomes more of like a dance track.
Yes.
Whereas his is too slow to dance to.
Yeah, and
It's very stagnant.
it's just the fucking video for it looks weird and cheap and
Giant women.
and these giant women, and then like he's just been on like these different kind of platforms freestyling, and his freestyles are just kind of weird and kind of deranged and a bit shit. And then it's like you're going to come back with a single. You're in your mid-50s and it's I like pretty girls. Like, who do you sit down with? Who's in your team?
To be fair, all the women in the video are like pretty age appropriate. They're like women.
Right.
They're not girls.
They're
You know
not
what I
little
mean?
girdles.
They're not little, like, you know, and that would be bad if it was like him and
Yeah,
like,
but
you know, like the Robin Thicke Blurred Lines video where it's Emily
Ratajkowski.
Yeah, Emily
Ratajkowski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that's a bit like, oh, you just really wanted this sort of young, hot lady to walk around you naked in this music video about the blurred lines of consent.
Right. Yeah, and history hasn't been kind to that song, I don't think. in
It
general.
was an absolute banger for one summer. One summer we were all singing about how difficult consent is, and then we all sort of went,
I know you want it, yeah, but you're a good girl. Da, 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 da. It is, even as I'm singing it to myself, I'm like,
it's a banger.
It was groovy.
It's a good girl.
Pharrell was involved, but then 2 years later, we were like, oh, right, yeah. No,
And didn't he,
bad.
weren't there thick accusations? Robin Thicke, bad bastard, I think.
I think he was up to no good.
Allegations.
Yeah, I think there was some kind of allegations. He had been married to, I remember his wife was an African-American lady who was very beautiful. And then I remember reading an article about them, and they were like talking about how much they make love. And then they were like, and we just stay naked all day and make love. And I was like, oh, that sounds lovely. And then like 6 weeks later, it was like, Robin Thicke has been caught cheating. You know what I mean? He was just up to no good. And I was like,
Classic.
You can't believe everything you read.
It's like when you see someone, you know, posting loads of pictures with their partner on Instagram, sort of out of nowhere. There's a real uptick in like pictures of them out for dinner, on holiday, blah, blah, blah. You go, countdown to them breaking up.
Yeah.
It's in the post, like.
It's a cover-up.
Yeah.
It's PR spin.
Yeah, it's just outward. It's
Right.
just, yeah.
They're in panic stations.
Yeah.
Their spin doctor is like, we need more. Things are fine, looking happy.
Whereas in reality, they're about to invade Iraq.
Yeah. And some couples do end up in Iraq. A lot of the time, that's
As a
last resort.
Last resort holiday.
Is to
Maybe this will fix the relationship.
Is to try drain the natural resources of Iraq, and hopefully it's either have a child or drain Iraq of its natural resources is generally the kind of big fix-it thing for a couple.
And which is worse?
That's up to people. I don't want to spoon feed people. You know what I mean? moral kind of stuff like that. But apparently that was Tony Blair's, him and his wife's like marriage was on the rocks, and she was just like, I don't know what we're going to do or how we can fix it, because he'd obviously been cheating on her because he's a bad person.
And she gave him an ultimatum. It's me or stability in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And he chose her.
That's right. And she's like, yeah, it's either you cannot invade Iraq and I'm literally going to blow your brother, or you can make things right. and aid the killing of 1 million people in Iraq. And we can grow old together.
So Cherie Blair. God,
Sherry. Did they break up, Tony and Sherry?
No, I think they're still, oh Sherry, oh baby, don't you know I'm in love with you?
Is that a song?
If you don't believe I do, then why don't you try me?
Were you playing an immigrant while you were singing that song? Did you believe yourself to be
UB40
Mexican?
who, correct me if I'm wrong, at least some of them are white guys from Birmingham.
So listen to this song. This is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Sherry. I can't sing high enough. My voice
Cherry
is going.
baby,
Sherry.
Yeah.
Sherry baby. Sherry baby. Sherry baby. Jersey Boys. Now that is a good musical.
Yeah, they can sing high in that.
They can. Yeah, they're little.
baby.
They're like the
shit.
Castratas. Do you think some of them?
Yeah, ballless freaks.
Whoa.
Castrati.
Ballless legends. Ballless kings.
Ballless legends. Ballless songbirds.
Right. Yeah.
Songbrothers.
But you know that some of them like would go on and they get castrated and then they'd become like famous rich singers, and then some of them just turned out, oh, they're actually not that good.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
That
feels like the
then you have
Louis
to be-
Walsh of that time.
Right.
Was the one who was cutting all their balls off so they could sing better.
100%.
If Louis Walsh was alive in the 1600s or whenever that was happening, he would 100% be cutting lads' balls off.
So much ball blood on his hands. And he'd be licking it off because he's an absolute fucking cretin.
I'm almost impressed that they had the technology to cut balls off without you bleeding to death.
Oh no, a lot of them died. No, genuinely, a lot of them would bleed to death. No joke. It was absolutely horrific. It was just so mad.
For the sake of an old aria,
I know, it's
what
mad.
What are we talking about?
But that was when they really loved the opera. That was when these
Anyone
were
who
real.
says they love the opera now is
No.
a fucking spoofer.
They're full of shit.
Would you cut someone's balls
Yeah.
off for it? Would you cut your own son's balls
cut
off?
your son's? Would you look at the now cold corpse of your son on the floor
It was worth it for the off chance he was going to nail Ave Maria next week.
for the off chance he could fucking rattle that high note? Like it is, yeah, it was absolutely mental. But Louis, oh mother, imagine him. He probably missed his true calling, was being in Florence in like the 1600s and just going around and deballing young boys.
Yeah.
God, he would have been just looking at their newly deballed fuck. I just looks like a pop star, sounds like a pop star. You know what I mean? He would have been fucking buzzing the cunt. But anyway, if you could comment underneath, please, what you think of Pedro Pascal. If we could kind of get a movement going to have him arrested or in some way. I don't buy this theory that he's gay. I don't like the theory. I would like you to get on board with me and really fucking kind of let's have him hung.
It would be a great end to your Mescal plot that you ended up being the one who made Pedro Pascal come out as gay, and you could both come out as gay together and be in a relationship.
Me and Pascal?
Yeah.
I'm not going to have that cunt grabbing my chin. Do you know what I mean? I don't want someone who's just going to grab my flute every time he says he's anxious. Do you know what I mean? That'd be a nightmare. Who just feels like he has some license to grab
Well, if you're going to
people.
grab my flute when you're anxious, what am I supposed to grab when I'm anxious?
That's
for the love
right.
of God.
That's my move. I grab my own flute like that when I'm anxious, and I stand in a corner and start shouting racial slurs. And that's how I deal with it. It's also just this idea of do you know what I mean? I don't know. For some reason, when you're in he's nearly 50 and you're talking about anxiety, it's just part of me is just would you ever fuck up?
You're so toxic.
I'm not toxic.
Such a toxic
I talk about it now,
This
but
is
I
the
know I only have
patriarchy.
till 36 to keep rattling on about this shit. And then you've got to just have kids, put yourself in debt with a mortgage, and just be too swamped to think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, this comes back to the sort of poverty of if you just have shit going on and shit to do and not enough money, then it'll solve your anxiety.
Plunge yourself into debt and financial fucking
God, he'd be doing
scarcity and
well to
stress.
plunge himself into debt, the amount of money he's made the last few years.
Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about
Mandalorian must have been unbelievable money. And then The Last of Us again, crazy.
Yeah. Oh no, he's absolutely creaming it, fucker. And then and on top of that, you can't just take your success and be like, isn't this brilliant? And everything that I wanted to happen has happened. And actually now, even as I'm saying it, it sounds exactly like what I do. But the more I talk about it, this sounds... Actually, do you know what? Forget everything I've said about Pascal. I'm really anxious.
You're kindred spirits. You're both closeted gay men who've gotten more anxious the more successful they've got.
That's right. So all I want to say is, from now on, actually, forget all that. He's actually a legend and a hero, and everyone should love him.
All of your heroes are gay. Him, Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise, I believe, yeah. He's one of the greatest gay men ever. But so, if you see me in public grabbing someone's tit or, biting their ear.
And if you have a tit after a show that you just think, like, Mike, are you feeling okay? Would you like to grab this?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, he's sound. Pascal is sound. And me and him are both anxious.
Anxious kings.
And I just like feel really like frightened and alone unless someone puts their tit in my mouth. I just get really like, I'll kill myself if someone doesn't sit on my face after the show. Can we say that? I'll kill myself.
You know the way people get weighted blankets and that helps with anxiety?
Yeah.
Mike needs roughly the weight of a woman on his face.
On my face. And then 7 other people of disparate genders sucking me off at once, or I'll kill myself. Or I'll take my own life. Me and Pascal, I empathize with him. It's a real thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And if Willem Dafoe's wife is looking,
Were you about to say Willem Dafoe?
William Dafoe. William Dafoe, if your wife is looking, like, send her on. Because, like, what's good for Pascal is good for rice. You know what I mean? We're going to drink from the same well, I feel.
I think so.
On this one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we've spoken about Pedro Pascal for about 45 minutes. 102. We've done an episode.
What? We're on 102 now?
An episode.
You're joking.
We still need to plunk in the tour dates in the middle.
Right. So we've got a fucking, because we have absolutely waste.
I've been in Montreal. Yeah. Doing the Just for Laughs festival.
Yes.
We also have been doing the Channel 4 thing is out that we've been filming that people have been asking about.
I've been
That's coming.
Barcelona. I've been in Dublin doing Paddy Power. We've wasted your time on this episode. I'll give you that. We have.
I think that was was a classic ep.
That was good fun, but certainly nothing of value said.
And an update on the Mescal situation.
I got a reply from Mescal.
Mescal has entered the chat.
He's entered the chat. Voice notes. You're not going to believe it. On the Patreon. Yes, on the Patreon.
For an extra episode every single week, we will talk about that right now, and it will be available right now when you're listening.
It'll be so sick.
On Patreon.
And I've chatted about Barcelona, loads of fun shit. I turned down cocaine on the weekend. Couldn't believe it.
Growth.
I'm a saint. I'm an angel. Me and Pedro Pascal, we're birds of a feather. We're both just sensitive guys trying to get through this world, one tit in our mouth at a time. Okay, so...
Lovely. Come see us on tour.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/parenting for more stuff. Goodbye.
Nice. Good night.